not exceed the limits of knowing that it is one of the most populous countries in the world. In the following lines you will discover 15 facts you may not know about China, according to the Business Insight website. 1. China's railways can rotate twice around the Earth, with a combined length of 93,000 kilometers, while the Earth's length is 40.075 kilometers. 2. China is cutting 20 million trees annually to meet the needs of Chinese famous people, which are used to eat food. 3. China's coal reserves, equivalent to 575 million blue whales, weigh an average of 200 tons. 4. China produced quantities of cement in just 2 years, equivalent to what the United States produced during the 20th century. 5. Smoking kills 1 million Chinese annually, according to the World Health Organization. 6. China's reserves of natural gas, equivalent to 1.24 billion Olympic swimming pools, an average of 88,000 cubic feet. 7. In 2011, China consumed 42.5 billion noodles, enough to feed the people of Algeria, 38 million people, 3 times a day over a year. 8. The Chinese consumed 51.6 million tons of pork in 2012 and 52 million tons in 2012. 9. China contains 20 of the world's richest people, whose combined wealth is estimated at $145.1 billion. 10. 30 million Chinese live in caves, more than the population of Saudi Arabia. 11. One province of China produces 8 billion pairs of socks annually. 12. The rate of suicide in China is twice that of suicide in the United States. 13. The area of China is roughly the same size as the American continent. 14. Although China crops only 7% of arable land, 25% of the world's population depends on its agricultural crops. 15. China is expected to become the world's largest luxury goods market. China's domestic spending is expected to triple by 2020 to $6.18 trillion by 2020, up from $2.03 trillion in 2010. 16. China is one of the largest economic powers in the world and is on a steady pace to become the world's first economic power. But behind this greatness there are many shocking facts about the Chinese dragon. 17. The total death sentences carried out by China are 4 times greater than the death sentences carried out by the countries of the world combined. 18. The longest traffic crisis in history occurred in Shanghai, and lasted for 12 days and a length of 62 kilometers. 19. More than 40 million Chinese live in caves. Not because civilization has not reached them, but because the caves protect them from cold winter and free summer, and habits inherited from their ancestors. 20. China depends on a uniform time period despite the large area, so the sun sets in some areas of China in the middle of the night in summer, and shines in the winter at 10 o'clock in the morning. 21. China exploits only 7% of its agricultural land, yet 25% of the world's population depends on its agricultural crops. 22. The largest statue in China, called Lishan Buddha, giant, built 1,000 years ago. 23. In China there are clinics for the treatment of online addiction. 24. The bathroom was invented in China and was for the only emperors, so every time you use toilet paper remember that you are very lucky and that you are the level of kings and emperors. More than 13 million abortions are performed annually in secret in different Chinese cities, and most female fetuses are due to the one-child policy that makes parents prefer males to females. Although the law prohibits doctors from informing parents about the sex of the fetus, cancelling the one-child policy and replacing it with the policy of the 2 children to cope with the aging rate. Some 26 to 45 million Christians live in China and make up 5% of China's population and 21 million Muslims. Finally, we would like to thank you for the good follow-up.